So just a quick note, if you guys follow Rachel Gilmore at all, you might want to go over and follow her. Basically, the investigation reveals that the flights that took the immigrants from the United States to El Salvador, those flights and those charters belong to a Canadian citizen. This is a Canadian company that worked with the United States to send people illegally to another country to be sent to a prison for the rest of their lives. So this guy is Canadian. Go watch Rachel Gilmore. This woman knows everything. Go watch what she has to say about this. So if you think that Pierre Poilievre is only going to bring the legislation in, the notwithstanding clause, just for specific criminals, you're crazy. I'd like to see people do research into this company and who is supporting this company, because I can guarantee you it's not the Liberal Party of Canada. Now, do I have proof that it's the Conservatives? No, I don't. But Conservatives do have a vested interest in prisons in this country and paying for people to be incarcerated. So is it a far cry to think that they might support flying immigrants out of this country, especially when they've been saying it on their platform all this time, that if you're illegal, you need to be deported? The talking points are the same, people. The talking points are the same. And it's a Canadian who sent the flights over. What are we not seeing? Why are you people not putting two and two together? I honestly don't understand. I really don't understand. Literally, the IDU is a international program with dictator leaders that literally on their website, just Google, what is the IDU? Just Google that. That's all you got to do. And it will come up. And on their website, it says, we help each other win elections in the world. That's what they do. They helped Trump get in the second time. That's how he got in. Everyone's like, oh, how did it happen? Gee, maybe because Netanyahu and Peter Dutton and, Viktor Orban and all the other dictators of the world pushed to help Trump get reelected. You don't think the Conservative Party of Canada was involved in that? Stephen Harper is the leader of the IDU. Stephen Harper helped get Trump back into power in the United States. And now he's trying to get Pierre into power. I can't make this any more obvious to you people. I don't care if you have conservative values. I get it. The Liberals have spent too much money. The Liberals this, the Liberals that. We need change. The lost Liberal decade. If I hear it one more time, I'm going to throw up. I get it. You want change, but Pierre Poilievre is not the man to give it to you. Pierre Poilievre will give you so much change that he will literally take your rights and freedoms away from you and start shipping people to El Salvador. He is a trumpeter, and he repeats the talking points of both the IDU, of fascism, and of the Zionist mentality. And if you can't see that, open your eyes. Literally, if you are female, if you are African American, if you are an immigrant, if you are a member of the LGBTQ community, you are in danger of your rights and freedoms in this country. Pierre Poilievre has spoken against gay marriage to the point where his own adopted father doesn't speak to him anymore. That's why they're estranged. That's why they don't talk. So if you think he stands for gay rights, you're sorely mistaken. This man worships Donald Trump. He thinks he's doing all of the right things. And what did Donald Trump just do? Doge literally opened the backdoor security systems and downloaded all the information they have and sent it to Russia. Like literally, go watch what happened. They went in to Social Security, to the information on where the nuclear warheads are stored in the United States. The Doge team went in there. They used all brand new usernames and passwords. They created all new accounts. They turned off all the security alerts. And then at the same time that this happened, a buttload of information was uploaded to the internet and sent over to a Russian person who had an actual login and password that was given to them by the Doge team. So Trump literally gave all the secrets of the nuclear arsenal to Russia. And then they left the back door open so any hacker at any time could get in and none of the alerts will go off. Combine that with the fact that they're using signal chats to discuss war plans and people are getting invited to these chats without being vetted. The Trump administration is gravely putting the members of the United States nation in danger. Absolute danger. And if you don't think Pierre Poilievre is going to do the exact same thing to our country, you're not paying attention. Start paying attention. Enough. I don't want to hear the lost Liberal decade anymore. I don't want to hear how the Liberals broke Canada. Canada's not as broken as you think. Go do some research. Google the crime rate in Canada for the last 20 years. Google the homelessness rate in Canada for the last 20 years. Actually, just Google the basic information and you will see all of his talking points are lies. You don't even have to be an investigative journalist. Just go to Google and type in, what is the IDU? What is the crime rate in Canada? You can get all this information yourself. Just type it into Google. It's all there. But he's playing you. At every single news conference, he's playing you. He's giving you bullshit lies, trying to get you to not fact check him. Because the more he spews out garbage, you don't have time to fact check him. You're just going to take it as fact. And then this Canada Proud website, the people who have been working all overtime to spread misinformation, they're going to send you the memes that you need to back up that story. Meanwhile, if you look at any actual reputable journalist, you will see that the information is completely false. And you can Google this stuff. It's not hidden information. It's not a big conspiracy. It's not a secret. It's right there on the internet. Google it. So stop sending your memes and your bullshit lies about what the Liberal government did to Canada. Look up the actual information. Half of it's untrue. Were the Liberals perfect? No. Did they make some mistakes? Sure. Did things happen? Yeah. But we spent 5 years cleaning up the mess from the Conservative government from how long ago? After they, sold off CP Rail, they sold off Canada Post, they sold off the wheat board to China, they sold off pretty much everything. Now the Conservative parties are talking about selling off healthcare too. So they sold off all that stuff, and the Liberals had to spend 5 years just cleaning up the mess. And then when we're starting to get ready to get back into the fold, boom, we get hit with a global pandemic. And I'm sorry, a lot of you may not agree with what happened with Trudeau during the pandemic, but you know what? The guy did the best he could with what he had. This was a situation that had never taken place in Canada before. This was unprecedented territory. He had no other options but to do what science told him was the best thing to do. He followed the scientists. They told him to mask and vaccinate. So he followed the smartest people in the room and made the decisions for the safety of his people. If you think he made a mistake in that, then you need to find facts, not propaganda. And as for using the Emergencies Act in Ottawa, those people in Ottawa were protesting. That convoy shut down the streets of Ottawa. People there were begging the government to step in, begging people to do stuff. Businesses were closed down because people were using their toilets and, vandalizing the front of their stores and demanding free food because they were out there. They honked their horns day and night for a week where the residents couldn't sleep anymore. These poor people are just trying to live their lives and go to work. And these convoy protesters are honking their horns in their faces and slinging racial slurs at them on the street with their F Trudeau signs. So the people begged their government, Doug Ford, to step in and help them and save them. And Doug Ford did nothing. So Trudeau finally had to step in and use the Emergencies Act to do something about it. And what did he do? He used the Emergency Act to shut down the bank accounts of the specific people targeted in the convoy. My bank account wasn't shut down. My next door neighbor's bank account wasn't shut down. They didn't shut down the country. They didn't invade people's privacy. They shut down the funding of the convoy because the people funding the convoy were conservatives. Pierre Poilievre literally brought them donuts. So I get you have problems with the Liberals, but this isn't about the Liberals anymore. This is about Pierre Poilievre versus Mark Carney, a propagandist who knows nothing about nothing, who spews garbage all day long and can be easily fact-checked, versus a man who worked in different global economies, has great relationships with senior people all over the world, and has the ability to handle a guy like Trump like nobody's business. So if you come at me with that lost Liberal decade crap, I'm going to kick you to the curb. I don't want to listen to your comments. Get out of my comment section.